quick for gallop.
White flag is up. And that off. And the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers Hurdle. 5th race and feature. Grade 1. 3 miles, and it's Somerville Boy, the leader, from Monkfish. As they race down the far side of the first flight, they're followed by What Could Have Been and Franciscan Rock, home by the knee on the inside of Buddy 1, and then the grey Asterion Forlonge, flight 1. Somerville Boy lands in the lead from Monkfish. After them, the nose bandit What Could Have Been, and then Franciscan Rock. On the inside is home by the lee. They jump the second flight, and then Asterion Forlonge, Buddy 1. And the stairs winner Cheltenham, Teahupoo. On the inside is No Legging Bag. Lantry Lady and Sard de Burley, the final couple. Heading for flights 3 and 4 before the straight. Somerville Boy makes it under Dad O'Keefe from Monkfish and Patrick Mullins. 2 lengths back second, and What Could Have Been. Big race ride for Aidan Kelly, and then Franciscan Rock and Ricky Doyle. On the inside is home by the lee and JJ Slevin, feature winner of the last 2 days, and then Buddy 1 and Jack Gilligan as they leave flight number 3 behind them. Asterion Forlonge, Paul Townend next on the outside of Teahupoo and Jack Kennedy, and then comes No Looking Back and Philip Binwright. They're at the 4th. Lantry Lady, Rachel Blackmore in the back marker, and not enjoying it at present is Sard de Burley and Mark Walsh. Turning into the straight to flight number 5. Soon at the completion of a mile, it's Somerville Boy by a length to Monkfish, 2 up on What Could Have Been, followed round the bend by Home by the Lee, who keeps tight to the inside rail. As they straighten now for this 5th flight, the flight will be the last one next time. Somerville Boy extends the advantage to over 2 lengths from Monkfish. Handy in second place, then What Could Have Been and Franciscan Rock. Home by the Lee next, then Asterion Forlonge, the runner-up of 12 months ago, and then Buddy 1. As they file up in front of us, Teahupoo wasn't great there as they passed the winning post. And it's Somerville Boy almost joined by Monkfish, opening up a good 3-length advantage over What Could Have Been in 3rd and 4th. Franciscan Rock just shading the 5th, home by the lead from Asterion Forlonge, and then Buddy 1. Teahupoo wide of them, and then Lantry Lady No Looking Back and Sard Burley. Uphill they go to the next flight. Number 6, it's Somerville Boy, Monkfish 1 and 2. Over in 3rd place, What Could Have Been. Gap then to Franciscan Rock, home by the lead, Buddy 1. Asterion Forlonge and Teahupoo racing together, and then Lantry Lady No Looking Back, 3 lengths to the trailing Sard de Burley. Uphill they go to the next. Taking them towards halfway, Somerville Boy and Monkfish, followed by What Could Have Been and Franciscan Rock. Making a move on the outside is Teahupoo, goes a place in front of Asterion Forlonge, and then Buddy 1 and home by the lead, Lantry Lady No Looking Back, and finally Sard de Burley. Downhill they go, Somerville Boy and Monkfish, closed upon by What Could Have Been and Franciscan Rock. Teahupoo on the outside of Asterion Forlonge, then home by the lee, Buddy 1, Lantry Lady. Mistake there by Somerville Boy, wrapped that hurdle. Monkfish is on terms with Francisco Rock going up to the pair at the completion of a circuit. Then Teahupoo, who edges into 4th from What Could Have Been, then Buddy 1 and Asterion Forlonge. Home by the lee, Lantry Lady is 2 behind, No Looking Back, and Sard de Burley. Down the far side they go, another 5 flights left to jump. They're well inside halfway, and the Ladbrokes Champion Stairs Hurdle. Monkfish in between, Franciscan Rock and Somerville Boy. The 3 are covered by a length and a half. Teahupoo next on the outside of What Could Have Been. And then comes home by the lee, Buddy 1 and Asterion Forlonge, Lantry Lady No Looking Back, and Sard de Burley. The flight which was their first, 5 from the finish this time round. And it's Monkfish from Franciscan Rock. Landed just the leader, than Somerville Boy. What Could Have Been. Teahupoo on the outside of Buddy 1 as they complete their jumping in the back straight. It's Franciscan Rock, another new leader in the race from What Could Have Been. Teahupoo tracked all the while by Asterion Forlonge, then Buddy 1. Fading on the inside, Monkfish, then home by the lee, and Lantry Lady. Also dropping out of contention is Somerville Boy, and then No Looking Back. And at the rear is Sard de Burley. Turning out of the back straight, they're heading for the third last flight. Franciscan Rock in front by 2 lengths to what could have been. Teahupoo moves to dispute third with Body One. Asterion Forlonge next, and then Monkfish, and Home by the Lee and Lantry Lady now looking back in Somerville Boy. Heading for the second last flight on the turn into the straight. And it's Franciscan Rock joined by the mare What Could Have Been. Jumping up to them, it's Teahupoo and Body One and Asterion Forlonge, and then Home by the Lee. 2 lengths off the leading 5, and then Lantry Lady gone away from Monkfish. Their heads turn in for the final flight. Franciscan Rock 3 parts of a length in front. Teahupoo's looming on the outside of What Could Have Been. Round the outer is Asterion Forlonge, then Body One, Home by the Lee and Lantry Lady. They straighten past the 2 with 1 flight left to jump, and Teahupoo strikes the front from Asterion Forlonge on the inside. Franciscan Rock, and then What Could Have Been, but opening up a sizable advantage is Teahupoo and Jack Kennedy over the last from Asterion Forlonge on the run in with 150 yards to go. It's Teahupoo going further away from Asterion Forlonge and Body One. It's a stairs winning breathing space for Jack Kennedy as Teahupoo completes the Punchestown Cheltenham double, coming home on the outside for a place. Home by the Lee with Asterion Forlonge, Body One, and What Could Have Been next.
It's a very important winner for Jack Kennedy. Teahupoo has backed up his win in the Stayers Hurdle at Cheltenham with another authoritative display here in the Ladbrokes Champion Stayers Hurdle. And in the end, it was very, very decisive. Just not sure the early part of the race went according to plan. Ruby did make a mistake, and Jack hooked into the outside after that and made a big move going towards the halfway stage. But round about now, even though he got in tight to that one, he was only just starting to get going, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, he raced very lazily early in the race, Gary, and then Jack pulled him out past the stands and probably got a bit of a rush on him. I'd say it's an important winner for Jack, but he got forward on him down the hill and got involved when he didn't really need to be getting involved, and then he had to kind of take back. He let Buddy One come through and he's inside, missed the third last, and now he's riding a waiting race. But look, he had the potential, Gary, leaving Cheltenham, as Tom Bull was saying beforehand, to stamp his authority on this staying division and dominate, and he could dominate it for a while. He's a very, very good horse. Rob Corf had an incredible season, and it's a huge winner for Jack Kennedy. I mean, Paul Townend's coming at him off the bend, and Teahupoo picks up, away he goes. He's gone a good bit better than he did last year, pings the last, and he's an authoritative winner at the death. And look, he jumps, he stays. I'm not convinced that he's a better horse, very fresh.
That wouldn't have come up if he'd won at Cheltenham last year.
I kind of agree with you there, but look, and Asterion Forlonge just kept going well to beat Buddy One. Home by the Lee is flying. It could have been, and Franciscan Rock is 5th. But look, he's a very good horse, Gary, and you'd imagine he would follow some sort of a similar path next year. But look, people used to run 5 times a year and dominate it. This fella's run 3 times this year. He's won all 3 times. He's a hell of a good racehorse, and I think he can dominate this scene for a while.
It does look that way, doesn't it? He's a real hurdler as well, and he's just much too good for them. It's a race Gordon Elliott might have mixed feelings about, keeping her fingers crossed, but poor old Sire de Burley pulled up pretty sharply, having never really gone a yard out the back of the field. Try and get some news on him, but Teahupoo much the best on the day. Home by the Lee running on late, as he often does, but it was a true-ish run affair, Ruby. I think the cream has risen to the top, hasn't it?
It has, and look, you kind of hope it does, Gary. And 5 to 6, plenty of people would have taken it. It looks a wonderful price right now, but look, he is a very, very good horse. He's a 7-year-old. Could you see him doing this at 8? Definitely. At 9, quite possibly. He's a very good horse. He's been well trained and really well ridden, and you know, as we said, that's a huge winner for Jack. It puts him back 6 in front. Right, Paul has
Gaelic Warrior getting beat as well.
Big result, but Coca Beach got beaten. So you give me Spindleberry in the next. Paul leaves you 1-1, still 5 in front. Big rides. This is going to go to the wire.
That it will. I think we'll still be talking about this as we go into the final day on Saturday, but Jack Kennedy will certainly have enjoyed this. This really was his trump card. Teahupoo, and the horse has delivered in style. What a smashing staying hurdler he is, and another massive win for owners Rob Corr.
Yeah, and you can tell how happy Jack Kennedy is there. His first winner of the week at Punchestown, very important in that jockey's race. So well done to Jack Kennedy, and well done to Teahupoo, who looks a proper staying hurdler, doesn't he now?